Hello guys, so let me take you through the sculpting process of this beautiful piece. I sculpted her hair tie, I sculpted the beads around her neck, I sculpted her bangles and her purse. So let's get to it. I made use of an air dry clay for this sculpting process to sculpt. So I made this one myself. It was my first time making it and my first time using it. So it was going well. It was easy to sculpt. It was very soft and the texture was very nice, and I'm looking forward to using it again. So, and also it dried slowly, so I had enough time to come back and retouch the areas that needed retouching to perfect those areas. And it was lovely. Sculpting with this air dry clay was very nice actually. Though I did experience some difficulties later on, but at that moment when I was sculpting it, it was super dope. Here I was done with sculpting her gele and it came out so nice. I loved it so much. I couldn't stop looking at it. I couldn't stop taking videos and pictures of it. Then I went on to sculpting the bag, her purse, actually a purse or bag, I don't know, it's a purse. So the texture of the bag was a bit rough. Then it had these crystal-like stones on top of it, so I just had to get that smooth base. Then I started applying the texture little by little. Here I sculpted those crystal-like stones. They don't look very crystal-like right now, but just trust the process. So I added more texture using one of my sculpting tools to like poke holes inside the clay, and then I went in with a smaller tool to poke tinier dots, tinier holes inside the clay to create that very rough texture. So here I was done with the bag, the purse, and I'm done with the hair tie. I noticed that the hair tie was cracking because I did this a day before, then I did the bag the next day, and the next day the hair tie was cracking and it was tragic. Maybe it has something to do with my mixture, my recipe for the clay. So I had to coat it with top bond, and then I covered the bag to dry evenly so I don't get those cracks. Then I started sculpting the beads around her neck. This one was a bit stressful because I had to do them one bead after another, one bead at a time. So it was very time consuming, but I made sure I finished that sculpting that day, so I don't like do half of the beads and do the other half the next day, because I wanted them to dry at once together. It was though a very interesting process because seeing these beads come out one after the other, they were looking so beautiful, looking realistic, and I just love them. So here I just finished sculpting them, and because it's looking so beautiful already, and I just loved it. Unfortunately, I was unable to record the parts where I was sculpting her bangle and wristwatch, but then I added a bit of texture to the background. I wanted to add it to the whole background, but I had limited clay, so I added to just the edges. So this is it guys, it's all ready to be painted. Thank you for watching.